That late night meeting with top Democrats who say the president agreed on pushing legislation to protect the Dreamers, but did not demand his border wall in return. That sparked an explosive response from conservatives. Now the president tweeting there is no deal. Tax reform also at the top of the president's agenda. And after meeting with both Republicans and Democrats, Trump says the wealthy will not get a tax cut under his plan. They may even pay more, he says. And the president will head to Florida this morning with the First Lady to meet with victims of Hurricane Irma. Our senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega already on the ground in Florida. But Cecilia, the big news, that meeting with Democrats over Chinese food last night.
Yeah, George, so much for this newfound friendship between the president and the Democrats this morning. It is back to politics as usual. He said, they said, was there a deal? Was there not a deal? The president is up and tweeting this morning. Take a look. He says no deal was made last night on DACA. Massive border security would have to be agreed to in exchange for consent, would be subject to the vote. But what he is not saying, George, is that this border wall that he wants so much will be tied to funding to save the Dreamers. At first, it sounded like it went well. Inside the White House, the president, his new friends, Chuck and Nancy, Chinese food, and chocolate pie. When it was over, the two Democrats in the room released a statement calling it a productive meeting, saying both sides reached an agreement to protect the Dreamers in exchange for beefing up border security, but that did not include money for the president's border wall.
Believe me, if we have to close down our government, we're building that wall.
No less than 30 minutes later, Press Secretary Sarah Sanders took to Twitter saying, while DACA and border security were both discussed, excluding the wall was certainly not agreed to. That bipartisan dinner turning into dinner theater. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer's spokesman tweeted right back saying the president made clear he would continue pushing the wall, just not as part of this agreement. Bipartisan had been the buzzword of the day. Before that bipartisan dinner, the president presided over a bipartisan meeting.
If you look at some of the greatest legislation ever passed, it was done on a bipartisan manner.
Where the Democrat turned Republican president sounded a lot more like a Democrat, saying the wealthy may have to pay higher taxes.
If they have to go higher, they'll go higher, frankly.
It all left the White House facing questions about the president's allegiances.
The president is the leader of the Republican Party and was elected by Republicans. So the idea that the Republican Party ideas are not represented in that room is just ridiculous.
And the president, the vice president, the first lady all land here in Florida in just a few hours. They will head to one of the harder hit areas, Naples, Florida. But as for that fight over dinner last night, I have talked to both sides. Both sides say the other side is not telling the truth on this one. And George, this morning, the hashtag Trump caved is trending on Twitter.
Yeah, it sure is. Okay, Cecilia, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.